Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Suplex Syndicate. I am joined every week with my two brothers, the British Sasquatch and the most overdressed, smelling the best 30 Spray J. And I am, of course, Tactical Santa, number one from day one. Guys, how are you doing? How was your week? How's it going?
Go ahead, Jay. Start it off.
Oh, this week has been pretty uplifting. The countdown to the Buckeye Beard Battle next week with all my brothers and fellow brothers and sisters I haven't met yet. Ready for that competition. And of course, wrestling this week was a long drawn out and the hype was built and now I'm just full of disappointment.
Yeah, same here. Making a bunch of products. Yeah, trying to figure out if I'm bringing enough stuff with me, which apparently, from what Chief was saying, no, I'm not with the knife and chop earlier. But yeah, it's been a really long week, man, and it's just but good
Right.
thing is, it's a holiday weekend. Hopefully, everybody's staying safe. Not drinking and driving and all that jazz. So
Right. Well, guys, my week was pretty good. I actually worked a show this weekend, a gun show. Not this kind of gun show, but a gun show. So I have been burning at both ends this week. I didn't catch a lot of wrestling this week, but I did do look at some recaps. But I got to tell you, I'm on the same page with you guys. There was a lot of hype and disappointment, definitely for sure. But before we get into that, guys, what do you say we say hello to all the fine people in here? Number one joining us was Born Bearded. What's going on, Born Bearded, Dave? Okay, seeing him next week. And we got Baker. What's going on, Baker? And for those of you who don't know, go ahead and join him at 8:30 on What's the Crack. He's got an awesome show. And we've got the lovely Ronnie Painter, Swamp Pixie. What's happening? Flaming Beard, thanks for joining us. And we got, speaking of the Chief, his daughter, Lana Banos. What's going on, Lana? Hope the wee Spartan is doing good.
oh,
Hopefully everything's going good. And we also have Jay Summers. What's going on, Jay Summers?
good.
Hopefully you've been having a good day. And let's see here. Who else we have? We have Bearded Funhouse. What's going on, Bearded Funhouse? Hey, that's awesome. Thanks for checking us out. We have a lot of fun. Even if you're not a wrestling fan, you will have fun on this show. We have a lot of fun and talk about a lot of stuff. We've got Robert Allen. What's going on, Robert Allen?
Yo,
And we got another wrestling guy, an old school classic kind of guy. And he's been on here before. Bearded Death. What's going on, Bearded Death? Can't wait to
yo,
see you
What's
too.
the hype on that guy?
Oh, I definitely would not want to arm wrestle that guy or try to lift
J-
weights with that
j-
guy. So
just
yeah,
wait till you get me and him together side
yeah,
by side,
yeah.
and we're gonna block out the sun.
Right, right. You're not kidding. Hey, man, OG Fitzroy, what's happening, OG? Thanks for joining us. Alrighty, guys. So let's get into this. Let's get into Raw. Let's recap Raw.
Do we have to? All right. I'm gonna keep it really short because it was another show again for the
Right.
month straight now. The biggest thing was, Kofi Kingston actually got a win over Penta, which was kind of crazy because I can't remember the last time they actually won anything
Right.
outside of the costume contest, looking like a Mortal Kombat character. So you had that. Then you also had Rhea Ripley beat Roxanne Perez, and then backstage she started getting attacked, and then Io Sky made a save, and it looks like they're starting to set up some sort of love angle for between those two, which is kind of weird because
Yeah.
I haven't seen one of those in forever on WWE TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a while. Yep.
And I can't remember the last time I saw a love angle between two women on any wrestling show ever. Period. Um,
Was Trish Stratus Mickey James kind of one?
oh yeah, that was more a stalker thing though. So
But but I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
kind
it
of.
was
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
And then the main event of Raw was Braun Breaker beating LA Knight. So he,
Yeah.
yeah, and then Jay came in and broke it up like he normally does, and
Right.
that was really about it. Like nothing really majorly happened on Raw.
The most technically solid match of the whole night was AJ Styles defeating Finn Balor.
Yeah. Oh, and
Which-
then I was gonna say that, and then there was also a really good, surprisingly, Nikki Bella promo that
Yeah.
she was doing against Becky Lynch. She was roasting Becky Lynch.
Yeah, she
And
was.
Becky had nothing to really come back except for to go after the crowd instead of going after Nikki, which was
Right.
really. And then she made a really horrible joke about Ozzy Osbourne and just to get more people to start booing her, and it was just she looked really bad in that segment, like really bad.
Yeah. Right.
So,
Right. Yeah, one thing that I don't think Becky Lynch has ever had is the skills on the mic. I really don't. She's not.
I mean,
And
she was. Yeah, I was gonna say she was okay when she was first had the man gimmick.
right,
For,
right,
for like good 6-7 weeks, she was solid, but
right,
then after that, it just went to hell basically.
right. I mean, you brought it up there with the man gimmick. Can she get past that? Like, you look at it now and you're like, this man gimmick is so stupid for her. Like, drop that man gimmick and do something else. It really is become very stale and old. You know
Yep.
what I mean? Just
Very much
drop
so.
it. Yeah.
But
Anything else? Anything else on that one?
Not really. That was I do have to say, at the very beginning of the show, there was a JD McDonough versus a Dragon Lee match,
They
but
kept.
the crowd and I
Yeah,
feel
yeah, yeah.
because I have a ginormous head myself. They went after his head so hard, and there's videos
Right.
out there of Dominic Mysterio trying not to laugh, but they were saying your head's enormous, which was hilarious. I'm like, and then they also went after Paul later on in the show, calling him a fat
Yeah,
bastard, and that was
yeah,
hilarious too.
yep.
That's the one thing I like about European shows. The crowd say some of the most out of pocket stuff, but it's
Right,
funny out of pocket stuff. So
right. Yeah, yeah. They
I
do.
completely forgot about that. That was probably the highlight is what the crowd carrying that show.
Yeah, yep. Jay, anything else you want to add on that one?
Not really.
Yeah,
Raw just it ends how Raw always ends. Dragon Lee and like you said with JD, it was a decent match, and then the return of the OTC faction was notable highlight. But I mean, it was a slow build up for such a big pay per view. So I would say SmackDown kind of um, stoked the fire a little bit, but we'll see.
right,
Exactly, Bearded. They started singing. He has the whole world in his head.
right.
I caught recaps of that, and it was hilarious watching Dominic break character. Ben was trying
Right.
really hard not to. I mean, like you said, the crowd. The best part of it all is the crowd, especially like when they do Raw and SmackDown in other countries.
Right.
So
Right.
Yeah.
Well, all right, fellas. I think we kicked a dead horse as much as we can on Raw because that was what it kind of was in my mind. It was kind of a dead horse show, right? It really didn't do much. But moving on, let's talk some SmackDown.
all right, you got Alexa Bliss defeated Chelsea Green, which just shows that they're great in the tag team division. What's going on,
Right.
Chris? True North. Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. They won against Piper and Elba, the Secret Harvest.
Right.
Uh, Michelin pulled off an upset against
Mhm.
Kiana James
It
with
was
Kiana.
fast too. It
It
was
was fast.
fast.
I
Yeah.
I didn't even time it or didn't
Right.
even catch the timer.
Right.
The highlight of my night would have been we had the Miz, Mello Don't Miz, and the Street Profits, and whoever won that was taking on the Wyatt Six and Clash of Paris. And of course, the Wyatt Six came out. Stop it. And distracted the Miz and basically helped Street Profits win because it's a better match to happen.
Right. Right.
And a fired up promo segment. John Cena verbally dismantled Logan Paul. And
100%.
if you fact check it, that was probably too real and too close to home to be on TV as a script. Basically saying that out of the top 25 streamers of the year,
Yep.
Logan Paul's not even on the list.
Right. Influencers. Yeah.
Basically saying, he's not here to save wrestling. He's not here to ruin wrestling. He's just here to take whatever he can get out of wrestling, which the man's getting paid. The man's gaining streams. He's got the prime on the mantle. He's got the prime next to the thing. You know me. I'm not a Logan Paul fan by any means. Jake, you're cool. Logan, suck it.
You know the best part of that segment was when the crowd was chanting "Shut the f up" when Logan was talking. That was the best part of it. Best part.
Yeah.
Yep.
And John Cena is great on the mic to really bring out a character of somebody else, whether they are not that great or not. John Cena said it. The fans can smell that you're phony.
Right.
And if you aren't here for WWE or this company, because John Cena always wants to give for the company, give a good match, give a good promo, give everything.
Right.
If Logan Paul could step it up and get out of the YouTube world, he could be the next generation of WWE, and I think that's what they're trying to push for.
Here's a crazy thought. You ever thought maybe Logan Paul's paying to be in WWE and paying for that? Because if you think about it, he's paying with Prime, right?
Yeah.
Is there any reason he should have had a John Cena match?
No.
But you want to know what he gets? More views, more streams, more this and that. I'm gonna tell you what. I'll bet you years from now, when he opens up about his WWE contract and all that, you're gonna find out that he was paying to be on there.
It wouldn't surprise me. Would not surprise me.
Yep.
Would not surprise me.
And we can get into the biggest disappointment of the night. Solo Sikoa versus Sami Zayn for the U.S. title.
Right.
It would be Sami Zayn's first U.S. championship of his career, and it got leaked early. Friday morning, Thursday night. No, Friday morning, because I had texted you guys.
Right.
Got leaked early, obviously, because they're in Europe. They had to film some things early.
Right.
I'm not even mad about the leak.
No.
I'm mad that it happened.
Right.
So Sami Zayn did beat Solo Sikoa. He won with two hell of a kicks and interference from Bloodline allies and Jacob Fatu and Jimmy Uso. And now we have Sami Zayn, who doesn't promote America and the United States, is our United States champion. We have Sami Zayn in the WWE, but we don't have Karrion Kross. We still have Sami Zayn doing the same old mid-Carter things. I can go on.
Right.
I'm trying to keep it PG.
I gotta agree with you. I don't know why they keep people like Sami Zayn around. Right? He's run his course. I mean, it's to a point where you're like, to me, he's always boring now. It's just boring, right? Yep. It's boring. It's like he's the automatic filler material guy, right? Oh, somebody got hurt and there's supposed to be a match. Throw Sammy in it. You know what I mean? He's like filler material, man. To me, it wouldn't break my heart or hurt my feelings if he went away. There's always TNA, right? Go TNA. So
because you can only see I'm an underdog,
right?
This is what I'm gonna struggle, but I'm also a little bit funny at the same time. You can only see that for so long before you lose your whole fan base. And the more I see about Sammy online, the more it's starting to get to the point where everybody's starting to hate him, which means there probably might be a heel turn sometime down the line, but not. It won't. At the earliest, it will happen after War Games. At the earliest.
But here's my thing. We've seen a heel Sammy. Who cares? Go away, dude. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like to me, I'm not interested in any matches with Sami Zayn.
No. I gave it to him. Great wrestler, great technical wrestler, but how the character of Sami Zayn is
Right.
not, it's not there for me. He was funny in the Bloodline. I actually like
Right.
him in the Bloodline,
Right.
but they're even talking about, or he's talking about now, he wants to be a Grand Slam champion. So he's going to be, be a heavyweight champion. I mean, I think, what was it, several years ago he was a
Yeah.
WWE champion. I don't want to see it again.
You know.
Go ahead. You know.
No, go ahead, Smash.
I was going to say, have you noticed? Because I was just thinking about this. They're giving multiple shots to all Triple H's guys.
Yeah.
That came up through NXT.
Yeah.
That were under his regime, but not the people that weren't under his regime. Like except for Karrion Kross, which they just booted to the side. Everybody else has gotten like multiple chances. But then once he stepped out of NXT, everybody that came up afterwards just kind of pushed him off to the side, and I'm like,
right.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just throwing stuff on the wall, see if it sticks. But
no, I mean, Lord Firechop said it. All filler, no thriller.
Right.
Exactly. Like Jim Cornette said, WWE where you have all talk, no matches. AEW where you have all matches, no talk. So.
Well, both companies have some stuff that you really can't understand, right? So if we mention AEW for 1 second, how do you have a ladies champion that has 9 belts? Are you making a new belt every week for this one to win? I mean,
it's all different companies, so yeah.
Right. But I mean,
companies are actually out there.
So realistically, though, you look at that one Mercedes Moné. She's not that good. She is not that good. No way this one has 9 belts.
The match that she had with Toni Storm a couple weeks ago, that was actually pretty good. But it really all depends on who she wrestled. And like the last match that she was in, which was like an 8-woman tag team match, it was god awful. But it also wasn't her fault. But
watch this, Jay. I'd be willing to bet, Sasquatch, the one girl that you don't really think is that good in WWE, Jade Cargill, would mop the floor with Mercedes Moné. She would mop the floor with her. I'm guaranteeing you. I think almost every female that's in the WWE right now and NXT would mop the floor with Mercedes Moné. Yeah. She is not that good no more, man. You watch her; she's anemic. She's almost like a gimmick. That's all she is. Her wrestling skills have diminished. Every single one of these new girls would put the whooping on that girl, because everything's cherry picked for her.
By the way, AEW has like a monster heel, female heel. It almost sounds like Bozo. I can't remember her name.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah,
she is a monster heel.
Yep.
Brand new in the company, and like she's like 6'2", and I'm surprised that WWE didn't swallow her up yet.
There's like 3 women in AEW that I'm surprised that WWE is not trying to get from them.
They're all under contract, so they won't poach them until they're free agents.
Right, but there's some, but I think they're losing sight with stacking Mercedes Moné like they are, dude. It's ridiculous.
It's not boxing.
It's non-believable, dude. It is totally non-believable.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly. So
anyway, back on track with WWE.
Oh, I'm sorry. The man of the hour, Mike, is here for Hemp Wizard. So,
yes.
Hi, Mike. We have to give him a shout out. So I'm sorry. Woo.
And he's got his own wrestling faction, the New Wizard Order, right?
He does, and I'm getting tired of getting beat up by it.
Right.
Back spray painted every other week. I'm getting tired of it.
And he's got that belt. I don't know if you guys have seen him, but he's been making the expedition up to Ohio, and he's been showing that belt off, and it is fantastic.
Jacked Up Leather did a fantastic job on it. I'm kind of jealous. I know my beard isn't good enough to win it. Whatever second place is, I'll be okay with that.
Third.
No. Second place.
Man.
Sorry,
I'm
Jamie.
gonna. I'm not even gonna get into this because, dude,
See,
Jay,
I can't compare to you, bud. I can't. But Jay, on the other hand, you're not even in my zip code there, bud.
I can't compete, so it's all good. I can't compete. I'm judging, so I can't
Yeah,
compete.
yeah, yeah.
I'm
So
not even in this conversation.
I think I'm sponsoring an event. I just got to figure out what I'm giving away for the winner. So like a little bit of everything that I'm offered that day. So
Right. You know, you should offer them to teach them the perfect Sasquatch mating call.
dude,
Well,
I can't.
someone has to teach him how to do it.
I can't. You know why I can't? Because the wife will be with me, and my kid will be with me, and I can't have all these relatively attractive women coming up to my booth wanting to get what. I can't do that. That's disrespectful.
I got nothing. I'm just a judge, man. I got nothing. I'm just a
Well, if you
judge.
want to judge that mating call, give it a 2.
Yeah, as soon as I got married, she did snip, and it just went out the door. So, I'm just saying.
Well, all
All
right,
right.
fellas. Are we done with the SmackDown wrap up?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's
So
get on to this.
shall we get on to this train wreck that they called a pay-per-view?
All right. So we will say the pros of the pay per view before
Okay.
we get into the massive long line of cons. Pro, the set was fantastic. Even though it took up like a third of the arena, it looked great. The Eiffel
Beautiful.
Tower, like, it looked fantastic. I would have loved to watch football on that thing one Sunday. That'd be awesome. Yeah. So even when they were coming out, it still looked amazing. So they did a good job on that. The second one was the crowd carried a couple of those matches.
Yeah.
And we'll get into that in a little bit. But yeah, the crowd again was on fire, and I was here for the crowd. So
Mhm.
yeah, but that's all I have. Unless you guys have something else to add to the pros.
You know,
Uh,
I think the only other pro would be is if you were in the crowd, you had guys like Jelly Roll and Post Malone in the crowd. They were first, so there were some celebrities in that crowd. So I mean, possibly if you had spent your hard-earned money and went to that disappointment, maybe you got to meet a celebrity while you're there.
Speaking of hard-earned money, I guess before the show started, the crowd was chanting, "We got no more money." That was the start on the pre-show.
Ah, that's awesome.
That's hilarious. Yeah. Speaking of which, they just announced the prices of WrestleMania next year. Is a little tangent. I'm sorry. For next
Mhm.
year, and it is looking $70,000 for front row seats for WrestleMania next year per ticket
Whoa.
Is that per night or you get
per
it?
night
There's that.
per night,
Jeez, that's
and
front row though, right?
that is front row, and you get to keep
Okay.
the chair. Don't get me wrong, and
Man,
it's
that
like the
chair better
meet
be
and
made
greet.
out of
But I'm
gold.
like 70 grand. No, no,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
am perfectly okay watching it from my chair, and I'll be okay with that. So,
Right, right. Yeah.
all right, carry on. I'm all out of tangents for right now.
All right. So starting it off, we'll talk about the man on the poster. Roman Reigns and Bronson Reed started this pay-per-view. And from the intro, from like he said, the stage and everything, it looked like it was the start of an amazing pay-per-view.
Yep.
What was it a decent match? Sure. Did Roman Reigns finally get his shoes back? Well,
Yeah.
he did. He triumphed over Bronson Reed with a spear. It took a lot. It was a big match between the both guys. It
Thing went
took a Samoan slam off of the second rope, and then a few spears and everything from Roman. Bronson Reed. I mean, he made Bronson Reed look good. Bronson Reed's a decent wrestler as it
yeah.
is. Um,
That
however,
match went like 45 minutes, so it was a
yeah,
long
it was
match.
a long match.
And they I don't know if they amped up the crowd, but that crowd was loud,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
it seemed like it got louder for the first like 15 to 20 minutes, but they were hyped all the way through. So
So after the match, Paul Heyman comes in the ring wearing the shoe fala. And Roman Reigns comes back in the ring, tells Paul, "Give me my shoes." Paul gives him the shoes. He takes him to the announcer's table, the French announcer's table. Wait for the setup. Stands up on that table, starts getting them cut up, shoelaces undone, gets a marker, signs a shoe, and throws it into the crowd. How much will that Jordan be worth?
Was
Yeah,
it
he
was
did.
it the Spike Low? Was it the Spike Low, or was it the actual Jordan ones?
It was the Jordan one.
Okay,
He
because
did
I was gonna
two of
say
them.
if there's Spike's lows, they
No,
who
it
cares?
was the first one he threw was the Jordan one, and then he threw one of the Cyclos. Went to go sign the next two, and Braun Breaker pops up
Oh,
on the other announcer's table, and 45 minutes into the show, spears Roman Reigns, breaks the French table.
Yeah,
well, you know,
he speared him on the table itself, which was kind of
well,
crazy. He went from one table to another with that spear,
So
and I was
you
actually,
know,
I was gonna say, I was wondering, was Breaker even going to be in this match? Because since the last time we really haven't seen him on TV a lot, you know.
that's
you
just
know,
setting up
if
spear versus spear.
if Roman would have been wearing some foam posit ones, the cough drops, right? The bloodline looking foam posit, he would have floated away, and Braun wouldn't have been able to hit him, but he didn't have the right shoes on.
Yeah.
Well, that also wasn't the end of this
Oh, no.
beatdown. It was probably one of the most, without any blood. This was probably the most
Yeah.
dramatic matches. I mean, obviously they have to write Roman Reigns off of WWE
Yeah.
TV because he's got some scenes in the new Street Fighter coming in.
Hmm.
Cody Rhodes has already been off filming, and real quick, Cody Rhodes and Brandy Rhodes had their second daughter,
Yep.
so congrats to them.
Hmm.
But yeah, so Roman Reigns had to be written off, and how did they do that? They completely slam Roman Reigns by Bronson Reed jumping off the top rope, probably about 4 times before any security comes in. Looks like Squash's phone died. He will be back
Yep.
in
He'll
just
be
a
right
moment.
back. Yep.
And they get him out of the ring. He comes back in the ring, slams him, jump another tsunami off the top rope. I don't
Right.
care how predetermined wrestling is or anything. You got a 400-pound guy jumping on top of you. I don't care how much that trampoline of a ring
Right.
bounces. That hurts.
Yeah.
And then they pull out a stretcher board, strap Roman Reigns up on that stretcher board, and Bronson Reed comes in again. Now you don't have any padding.
Right.
And tsunamis again. I think 2 more times. I think it was like 6 or 7 times. I'd have to go back and rewatch it. It was devastating. It was like, man, I hope he's not really hurt.
Right.
Um, Braun Breaker got involved, and then Jay Uso finally came out trying to break it up. He got a few super kicks in. Braun Breaker spears Jey Uso, which you're gonna have your ribs wrapped up for the night, and you're supposed to be in the main event for the title, buddy.
Right.
They
Right.
finally wheeled Roman Reigns off, and that was pretty much the set the tone for Clash of Pairway.
Right. Right.
The
Yeah.
so my thoughts on that whole thing was, um, I wouldn't mind seeing another Bronson Reed match with Roman, but they are kind of set. It's not over. I think
Right.
he's gonna have to have payback for that.
Sure.
But they are really setting up Braun Breaker, spear versus spear.
Right. Well, it makes good sense because if you look at it, getting um getting Braun Breaker eventually when Roman Reigns comes back and having a feud, because Roman Reigns is extremely well in the ring, right? I think he's going to be able to polish, Braun Breaker, because there's a lot that, you know, he can teach Braun Breaker. And I think that would be a good setup to have them in a feud when he comes back because Braun's almost there. he just needs a little bit more. He needs to work with a couple more guys that are top tier. Not saying that he's not, but a couple guys that, I mean, you look at the tribal chief, man. He's been there. He held that higher. He understands how to work under pressure. He understands how to story tell. So there's a lot that Braun Breaker can learn from him, and I think that would be a good move if that were to happen.
So who do you think? Who do you think at the end of it all, Paul Heyman goes with?
You know what? I think he gets left on his butt. I mean, like, because I think he somehow double crosses Seth and the family at one point, and then nobody wants him, or he, comes or he finds somebody in NXT, and then when he gets dumped off, he ends up with the guy in NXT. You know,
you never know. Maybe Big Papa Pump comes out to manage his nephew.
Nah. I don't know if you've seen him lately. He's just not he's not like that anymore.
I know.
That tennis ball is now a golf ball.
All I want to see is him do on a vignette, him and Braun Breaker and him doing Steiner math. That's all I want to see. That's all I want to see.
It's going to be divided by 0 times 3.
It's all right. It's all good. Just to see it one last time, right?
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's like what they're doing with Roman and Braun kind of reminds me of what they did with Roman and Cena.
Yeah.
Where Roman wasn't seasoned enough for main line for where he was in the card, I guess you want to call it. And then even though Braun has it, he needs, as you were saying, he needs that more polished, just like what Cena did with Roman,
Right. So. Right. Yeah. But whatever they do, I think they're going to do the right thing, because we all obviously know Braun is a future big star, right? Yeah. He's going to be it.
Yep.
He's got that it factor. He just needs to be polished.
Yep.
And he's going to be taken off.
I think the most he needs is a little bit of mic work. I mean, I can handle some of his promos, but it's a lot of bark, no pun intended.
Did you see after he speared him, he was shaking as he was sitting there?
Yeah.
You can see his hand go like this, and I don't know if it was actual nerves or he was doing that on purpose. But
I think it was a little on purpose, like just. He's so riled up.
Right.
I think he's been here long enough to not really have the nerves of it all.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's had big matches before, but I think they're going to prep him with Roman Reigns, because once he gets the title, he's going to have a long title reign. It's not going to be a month or 2 months. They're going to slap it on him and let him run with it for a while.
Yep.
So yeah.
Yep.
Steiner math is never wrong.
Never.
Mm-hmm.
Not once.
So wait till you have the other Steiner in wrestling with him.
Yeah.
At their own bloodline, right?
All right. So what was next on the card?
It was the tag team titles. The Wyatt Six versus the Street Profits.
I think the only person I was going to say, I think the only person that was excited for this match was you, Jay. Hate to say it.
Well, Street Profits came out with some Borderlands gear.
That hurt my heart. I personally am a huge Borderlands guy. Like, I love the games. I played them all. But that hurt my heart. Yeah.
It was a nice intro. It was decent. I do miss the whole red cups from the ceiling, that they used to do.
Yeah.
I would say that the Y6's intro, though, and in Paris, with the way the stage was set up and, the crowd and the way that they showed it from the back to the front, that was a lot of fireflies. That was a beautiful sight.
Yeah. And then on that same token, the Street Profits had the crowd going just as much as Jey Uso does.
Yes.
So it's just like it's there, you see it,
But is it the Street Profits or is it Montez Ford?
I want to say it's Montez Ford, but I can't make that call because they are a tag team right now.
Yep. So after a grueling match between those two, and I gotta say it's not one of my favorite matches from the Wyatts. They do work well together and everything. There was a lot of there was a few botches from I want to say both teams really.
But the biggest one was the Montez Ford one.
Yeah, standing up, but he's supposed to be laying down. Then all of a sudden he's laying down.
Yeah, they cut to a camera angle and they show him basically laying down before he even came close to being there.
Just let me lay down so you can jump on me. Let me just.
Yeah.
But after some interference from the other Wyatts, Dexter Loomis and Joe Gacy did retain those titles. It looks good on them. There's big things coming with the Wyatt Six from just what they post on social media and everything. Bo Dallas did say there's more coming. They did open up the House of Horrors in Orlando, which that looked amazing. I wish I could go down to Florida and check that out. But yeah, it wasn't no match of the night worthiness. I think the beatdown from Roman really set the tone for the night, and that was really what was talked about because it was a beatdown.
Yep. That was.
I would have taken the shoes back, but
you know when you start off with your highlight of the show and it just you know it's really hard to if the opening match of your show is a banger and you have nothing to keep up with that, then it makes it really, really difficult to watch it next month until the next pay-per-view.
I think the one thing I would say about the Wyatt Six, I enjoy them and I like them being champions, right? But the one thing that I think they need to be careful about is it seems like every match they have, there's some outside interference which causes them to win.
Yep.
I would like to see them start winning matches clean,
yeah.
without outside help. That's my only critique. I do like having them as champions, though.
You know what? I hate to say it, but WWE is starting to go down the AEW route where all the matches have some sort of interference to them.
Right.
And it's starting to become meaningless now. It's just like, what's the point of having a match if you know what's going to happen?
Well, what's the point of having a pay-per-view if do any titles change this pay-per-view?
Well, that was another question. Why was there only 2 titles? Or was it 2 titles that were up for grabs on this 3 out of 11? 3 out of 11.
I think it was the nail in the coffin for Peacock's relationship with, which they're still getting another show. It's just not going to be SmackDown or Raw.
Yeah, they're getting Saturday night's main event.
Yeah.
So they'll have John Cena's last match.
Yeah.
So now you have to have 3 subscriptions. You have to have Netflix, you have to have Peacock, and you have to have Disney, Hulu plus ESPN.
Yep.
Yep. Squash, did you catch the next match I want to talk about, the Becky Lynch Intercontinental Championship versus Nikki Bella?
Yeah, I did, and I will say it made, even though on Raw, Nikki roasted her, this match made Nikki look so, it's not bad's not the word I'm looking for, it's more rusty for her talent. It was painful to watch her at points where, you know, and then there was also a bunch of botches that they kept on catching on camera. And like there was one spot where Nikki was supposed to be banging Becky's head against the table, and the angle, they're here, camera's here, they're seeing everything, and her head's not, it was like this close to hitting the table. It's not even closer, just her hands. I'm like stop doing. I don't know if they're doing this on purpose or what, but this match was it was bad to begin with, and it just got worse.
I'm glad I skipped it.
Yeah, this was the bathroom match of the night, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Right.
And we already badmouthed Becky. We're not going to go down that road again because there's not much more that we could say about it. It just this match didn't work.
The only thing I can say is out of all the talent they had, this was the match they put for the women's Intercontinental match.
Yeah.
Right.
It's fun. It's funny they brought back a legend, but you know they got my girl Nia Jax sitting at home not doing anything.
You know, even worse is, you know, yes, Naomi, vacated the belt, they could have held a women's battle royale right here in Paris. Like that would have sold more than an Intercontinental Championship for Becky Lynch.
Right.
Yep, but they decided not to. So
Right.
that's about as much bad mouth as I'm going to give this match. We can just skip this one. To be honest with you, I'm good with skipping it.
Well, the next one is Roman said he doesn't fight for shoes; he fights for championships. Why did he take his shoes back?
Because he wanted his
Man,
shoes back. I mean,
Man, because those were $700 Jordans. That's why he fought for
And
them
he
back.
threw into the crowd.
yeah,
He
That
he got some
that's a
credit.
hood. That's a hood thing. That's a respect thing. That give me what's mine. It's not.
Right.
He didn't fight for those shoes. It's just give me what's mine.
Right.
And it was just to draw it out. More of the battle of it all. Did he get? Is he really hurt? Probably not. I mean, maybe a little bit, but they really just wrote him off because he's going to be in Street Fighter.
that's the reason why they wrote off Cody.
Yeah.
He's going to be in Street Fighter too. Also,
Yep.
Right.
So the next match was Rulev versus Sheamus in a Donnybrook match.
no DQ match, but again, this is another one of those matches where I don't care. I am
Right.
so tired of seeing this. Like how much this Rusev's come back and he's had one opponent, basically,
Right.
and it's been Sheamus for the last month and a half.
Right. Right.
Okay, so there was one cool spot kind of in the match, and that was when Rusev got the camel clutch on him,
Oh, the camel
top
clutch.
of the whiskey barrels, but that was it. Like the rest of it, I'm like, nobody cared. Like really, I hate to see Sheamus in the twilight of his career start doing like basically. I hate to use the word jobs, but that's what it is. Like you're supposed to make
Right.
Rusev look strong, but it's boring, and
Yeah.
they don't know what they're going to do with Rusev now because like you're having them with this 2-month long feud that's going nowhere for nothing. There's no
Right.
that of we used to be friends.
payoff.
With each other. Yeah, there's nothing they're fighting for.
Right.
So,
I think the next thing for him would be Sami Zayn.
yeah, but
Like-
I was going to say, do you really want to see a Rusev?
I don't. But I mean,
I would-
like,
I would rather see Rusev than Sami Zayn with it.
Yeah. But would you guys be okay if they brought back Rusev Day or no?
I was never a Rusev fan.
Yeah.
He, I think what he had going for him was with Flair, or not Flair,
Lana.
Lana.
Lana, yeah.
I liked the battle of Lana with Bobby Lashley. I thought that was entertaining.
Except she pulled a Kofi in the middle of her promo and just lost her accent out of nowhere.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
Oh yeah, but that feud got really awkward really quickly because then they went into that Cuck's situation and we're really not going to go down. And that was
Yeah.
that was bad.
But they took one of the top star because he was I think he was a top star in AEW, right?
Rusev.
Yeah,
Who, Rusev?
Yeah.
for about a month and a half.
About-
when he did it.
Yeah. The thing that's crazy is if you remember when Rusev first came in WWE, right? He was a monster.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like he would have, if you're talking Rusev when he first came in, the Sheamus match would have been like minutes. He would dismantled him, right?
Yep.
And now he's such a watered down version of Rusev, right? And you're
Yep.
like, it's not fun to watch because if you remember the guy as a monster, you're like, what happened to this guy? Like all of a sudden he forget how to do everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and
So-
they have him talking too much because he's one of those
Yeah.
guys that shouldn't talk, should just destroy
Right.
things. And
Right.
it's like I said, we need to get past it. 'Cause
Right.
There's nothing more that we can say about it. So
Right.
I mean, for a pay-per-view in Paris, we have
Right.
these dark matches.
yeah,
Like,
this is a glorified house show. That's what this is. Like a TV show. Like this
Yeah.
is.
So I got a little tangent just before I forget it, but we got to ask you guys this. How funny is this? So you mentioned Lana, right? So Lana is pretty much a ripoff of Tony Storm now, right? She's doing the same thing. And then you have Blake Monroe, who's now in NXT, who's a complete ripoff of Tony Storm. Tony, so now you got three of the, you got two Timu versions of Tony Storm. Like,
and none of them are nearly any as good as
No.
Tony Storm's.
no. But it's just funny that WWE has TNA and NXT, which both has a version of Tony Storm.
Yeah. Just wait till Tony Storm comes back
Right.
and see what happens.
Right. Sorry about that. It popped into my head.
You're good. You're good.
Fill it in.
All right. So, do you want to go to the second best match of the card?
Was there a second best match?
What are we talking about?
The John Cena Logan Paul match.
Oh, okay. All right. Sure.
When you consider on how much of a dumpster fire that this pay-per-view was.
Yeah,
Say
so
that
Logan Paul versus John Cena. Last time in Paris for John Cena. The entrance for Logan Paul's entrance was okay. I just don't understand why you have inflatable abs on your jacket if you actually have abs. Yeah. But John Cena's entrance, the way that they had it up the Eiffel Tower and everything, like it was impressive.
that crowd went nuts for Cena.
The crowd went nuts. You've seen how long it took for it to start too. I was like, okay, what are they doing here? What happened?
Right.
But yeah, it was a long, sweaty, blonde hair sweat of Logan Paul match. Kick out after kick out, near miss after near miss.
Logan got bloodied up.
Logan Paul did some moves that we haven't seen him do before, which I was here for it. Cool. You're learning a little bit. John Cena was doing some moves that he normally doesn't do.
Oh, yeah.
What was that Roxanne, that pop rock thing?
Yeah, I was going to say, what was that? Is that like a Canadian destroyer?
That pop rock thing?
Yeah, I think it is like a Canadian destroyer with the roll. What got me was how many times they talk such a big game about Logan Paul has metal in his knuckles and everything. Right. John Cena took a couple of those fists, and when it actually looked like Logan Paul was hitting him,
right,
and still kicked out. But the highlight of it all, of course, would be that John Cena did a Styles Clash. Not once, but twice. Why, gentlemen? Why?
Writing's on the wall. You know who's coming next. That's got to be the next match.
Yeah,
got to be the next match.
So he did pull off some rare moves, such as the Code Red. Never seen John Cena do that before.
Right.
He did do a Hurricanrana. It wasn't his best, but he's done that before. But he doesn't really pull that out that much. And then did I don't know 2 attitude adjustments.
Yeah.
To finally put Logan Paul down. I got to give it for Logan Paul. He can wrestle and match, for 40 plus minutes. I just don't like seeing his sweaty, ugly face not bloody. But cool.
Yeah. What was that, from his nose, or did he get cut on his? Like, I was trying to figure out where the blood was coming.
So it looked like he was bruised. So I don't think.
Yeah, like right here at the cheekbone.
He was bruised. Yeah. I think it came from the nose, or maybe you got to cut the mouth, because I kept trying to look to see if he was bleeding from the cheeks, and it wasn't. They just looked bruised.
Yeah.
So I don't know. So let me ask you this though, Jay. Let's put some perspective on this. If Logan Paul didn't have the attitude he did, what do you think about him as a wrestler?
Sure, I'm here for it, but I mean, my kids follow Logan Paul from start to finish, and just following him. I just he's had the heel persona before he was ever in WWE, and I don't like that ego.
Do you think now, after, because John Cena's whole thing with him was, as you know, people can see that you're fake, this and that. Do you think that they're possibly going to try to work on Logan Paul's image, because he does have a lot of talent and he can wrestle and he can pull off moves, right? Do you think they're going to recreate Logan Paul into something else?
I I don't see it within the next maybe year. I mean, eventually everybody, every heel turns into a good guy.
except for I think him, because
Oh,
I don't
besides,
think
the
no
Miz.
matter what you do with him, he can actually be a face. He has to be.
I don't see him as a face. I just don't think I'll ever like him.
Yeah. And
Respect him, respect his
Well,
athleticness, but
the only reason I say never is because I never thought I'd see John Cena go heel. And he
yeah,
did.
yeah,
and,
I never
or-
thought when I was growing up I'd ever see Hulk Hogan go heel, right?
yeah,
yeah, this is true.
Eventually, if you look at it, John Cena kind of said it best, right? Logan Paul's trying to see what he can get out of wrestling, right?
yeah.
As a baby face, he would probably make a lot more instead of being a heel. And I think there's this subtle hint of what they did with John Cena, the way he talked to him and was dropping knowledge on him. Maybe it sparks for him to turn babyface. Just saying.
Yeah, but that's going to be months down the line.
Sure.
Because
It's going to take time. It's going to
the-
take time in the right story setup. But
yeah,
I think that if you look at him as athletic and what he can do, that if he did have a different outlook and he was a babyface, people would get behind him.
yeah, and like the only other person that has that much heat in the company was Dominic Mysterio, because
Yeah.
that was the only other person that was getting booed out of the arena. But he
Right,
doesn't
right.
have that now, so he's the number one heel.
I would say back in the day, if not, still a little bit, but he's a little bit non-redundant anymore. Is as far as heels go, is the Miz.
Yeah, but he's a jobber now, man.
Yeah, but as a heel, that no one ever thought you were gonna like the Miz until the Awesome Truth
Right.
happened.
You know what? The one thing that the Miz did that I ever really liked of him was when he cut that True Life promo against Daniel Bryan after, and like one of the post show match interviews, he like spoke from his heart, and you could tell he was legitimately pissed off when he said all the stuff he said.
Yeah,
Right.
So, like the Miz can talk. He's
Yeah.
been in the WWE for 20 years. You can only take so much of him before you get sick of him.
Right. Right.
so
Were you guys disappointed when at the end of this match that Brock Lesnar didn't come out and do something?
I was just gonna say that I after John Cena got up on the table and then he came back in the ring, I'm like, okay, here we go. We're gonna get something.
Exactly.
And then I'm like, wait, commercial happened? What happened? I even rewound it. I was like, did I miss something?
Oh,
No.
I'm sorry. Another thing popped in my head. Going back to Raw, did anybody notice the 10-minute commercial that they had?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I wasn't going crazy. There was a
No.
10-minute commercial in
Yeah.
the middle of Raw. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry.
I was because I thought, okay, so right before Logan Paul knocked out John Cena on SmackDown, right? It was, hey, just got off the phone with Brock Lesnar, and he said, and then boom, right?
Yeah.
So you're like, my thing is this: why keep mentioning Brock if you're saving him for the last one? Like, come on, like let's get this show on the road, right? Let's see it and let's do it, right?
But what's the next pay-per-view? WrestlePalooza?
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
And it's going to be ESPN's first, so they're
Right.
going to do something big with it. And
but I think they already set it up. I think AJ Styles is going to be his next opponent.
I mean,
Why would they do the Clash? Why would he do the Clash?
When is the next one? Anyways, it's
September 20th or no September. What is it?
I'm looking it up right now. I can type. But yeah, go on. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I think AJ's next. I think AJ is next. I think I think they're saving Brock as the last one because if you look at all the guys that Cena has wrestled, Brock is still the beast. He's the monster, right?
So your WrestlePalooza is the 20th of this month. So what? 2.5 weeks? 3 weeks? 2 weeks?
Yeah.
2.5 weeks? Yeah. So it's not very long to get something going. Like I have a feeling Brock's going to be the next one, and then AJ after that.
Oh,
Well, I don't know. I would doubt that because I think with him doing that Styles Clash, that sent a message. Because here's the thing, I think they're saving Brock. I think Brock's gonna be the big send off.
what's the slam that Logan Paul does? Because I thought that it was like kind of like the Styles Clash. So I thought because Logan Paul went for an attitude adjustment,
Right.
and then he turned it up into a Styles Clash, which I thought was mocking Logan Paul. Doesn't Logan Paul do some kind of Styles Clash?
Logan
Yeah.
Paul's one of those guys that whoever he wrestles, he copies that person's because he did it to AJ. I believe he did it to AJ. He tried to do it to AJ.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody he wrestles, it's like his arrogant thing that I'm going to finish you with your own finishing move.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah.
Well, we'll get into our future thoughts in a few minutes. We can end this dumpster fire of a pay-per-view with the last match. For the World Heavyweight Championship, we have CM Punk, boo, Jey Uso, yeet, the LA Knight, and of course the champion retain Seth Rollins. With no help, no ringside help from the Vision because they were kicked out of the arena for hospitalizing Roman Reigns.
And Paul got knocked out or choked out or whatever, so he was in the hospital.
Yeah, and I forgot to mention the choke out of Paul Heyman. We're going to see a neck brace from Paul Heyman in the next two. I can't wait to see that. You know how he does.
You know what? I can't wait till he breaks out the old school ECW Joel Gardner neck brace, the old foam one.
Yeah. Because I mean, and he's such a great actor, entertainer. He will not shave. Remember when Roman Reigns was mad at him, and he didn't shave for 3 days, didn't sleep for 3 days, so his eyes were bloodshot and everything. I can't wait to see what happens with this. That's going to be comical. Paul Heyman, the goat of WWE, of all wrestling. Paul Heyman.
Yep. Yeah. But I said this on the last show. I hate when it's more than two people in a match because there's so many working parts and so much going on. And this was a 4-way match, and it just Jay got hurt at the very beginning of the show trying to save Roman because he took a spear and then he took a tsunami. So he was hurt going into this, so he was taped up. And it had potential, and that potential went out the window, and we never saw it again.
Right.
Yeah. So
yeah,
there were some great spots in the match. I mean, of course, everyone's gonna have their moments, but like you said, when it's a fatal 4-way, it's really hard to. And then it turned to a fatal 4-way to a singles match because Jay and LA Knight got taken out.
Yeah.
So it was really Seth versus CM Punk. It looked like CM Punk was gonna win it, but what happened?
Did you see the spot where CM Punk went through a table, but the table didn't break? It only cracked a little bit, so it went like this, and it was still standing. And then CM Punk just went like up and over it and just kind of grazed it and then hit the barrier. I was like, oh, that's not good. So, but yeah, it went down to the final two. At one point, Seth brought out a chair and was going to curb because he had curb stopped Jay. He had curb stomped LA Knight, so they were both out. He was going to curb stomp CM Punk onto a chair, but he missed and went through the chair. And then CM Punk ended up hitting him with a go to sleep. And then when he was down, like he was crouched down after he hit it, Seth, I guess, bounced off the rope and landed on his shoulders again. So he hit him with another go to sleep, and then or I was about to hit him with the second one, and then somebody popped up through the crowd in a hood and a mask and basically
What?
nutshotted him, and that was his wife. Becky Lynch saved him,
Right.
and it was bad. Like
So
as soon as they showed who before she took off the everything, I'm like, that's Becky Lynch. I can tell who that is.
Right. Right.
do you think that Becky Lynch joins the Vision now?
I can see it. I mean, I they're gonna do like a king and queen of the WWE with the titles, and you can't stop this type of dominance and all that stuff. I can see them saying that.
Right. Right.
But
Now,
go ahead.
question, because we talked about it before. Jay, you had mentioned it. When is the draft happening? When is the draft supposed to happen?
September. Let me go back because I don't want to give you a wrong fact, but I'm pretty sure it was like the 22nd
Okay.
WWE.
Okay. So what's going to happen after WrestlePalooza then?
Yep.
Yeah, so
After
it's planned to happen in September after SummerSlam,
Okay.
aligning with the fall season of Raw and SmackDown since we're
Oh,
on season.
speaking of Raw, they're gonna be since they're in bed with ESPN now. They're moving up Raw an hour, so it's going to start at 7 o'clock now, so it doesn't go against Monday Night Football, who's on ESPN.
It's just to
Yeah, but
keep the
so
views.
so wait a minute. Raw's on Netflix.
Yeah, they're moving it up an hour. Yep.
Ugh.
So they, like I said, so they don't go against Raw, who's a Disney, ESPN, ABC product. Yeah.
So yeah, there's really nothing much to really say about it. Robert Allen said the whole LA gimmick is just a version of his Eli Drake gimmick when he was in TNA. I would say it's a mixture of that. The Rock and Stone Cold finally got the man kiss happening and had a baby. But for any true, fans of wrestling, you were fans of Stone Cold, you're fans of The Rock. It is a great character for him. I didn't like it when he was what was it, the modeling um
Yeah. Yeah.
but it is a good character for him.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so much better than what he was. I mean,
No.
he was over for a good long time. Everybody shouts his catchphrase, but I don't know if they're ever going to really put a belt on him outside of what he already had.
Right.
And that was a really garbage run when he had that U.S. belt. Like, he really didn't do anything with it. Of course, he was also going up against Nakamura the whole time, which he didn't do anything with him either.
They Speaking of, but nothing happened. They said something about, at Clash that he was supposed to return or sometime.
Nakamura?
Yeah.
Yeah, Nakamura's not under contract anymore.
Yeah.
Oh.
The last time we saw him on TV was his last match.
Yeah.
When it was here in Philly. That was his last match.
Oh.
Or at least in WWE it was. So.
Again, following the hypes in the videos. My bad.
But yeah,
So-
go ahead,
So, what are we rating this pay-per-view? What rating do we give it?
D plus.
Yeah.
I'm giving them that because of the crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah, D plus.
I would say a C, and just because you got to give up for the stage, the setting, and everything. I would say a C, but for something to be in Paris for the first time, was it the very first time, or it's been some years?
No, it was the first time for PLE.
Okay,
Yeah.
first time for a pay-per-view. It was a C. The biggest thing, the best match to me was the Roman Reigns match.
Yep.
But the if you were going to do that much of a slaughter to Roman Reigns after, it could have been a lead up to Seth Rollins' match.
Yep.
So it seems like they don't know how to book some of these great people. Like Roman Reigns went from finishing a pay-per-view to being the opening of a pay-per-view. just not how you remember back in the days. Like you knew where the lineup was. As a weak lineup.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just it was garbage, like just from front to back. Like halfway through it, I'm texting my buddies in another thread, and we're like, "This is garbage. This is dog crap." And like I'm like, I hope the last two matches get better, and it just got worse. I'm like, I don't know how much more if the next one, which they haven't even announced any matches for the next one yet. I have a feeling the next one's just going to be just as good or just as bad, I should say. So,
Right. Yeah, I would say in my mind it was a D. It really nothing really stands out, right? When you're like, okay, whatever, I
like
mean,
I understand not every pay per view and not every show can be home runs all the time. I
right,
get it, but when you hype something up this much to be let down this much, it says a lot about what you guys have going on. So
right,
I, I think they put more thought into the artwork and the visuals than they did the actual
yeah,
storylines and the scripts.
right.
exactly, exactly. So,
Jade, to your point, this picture, this portrait done up of Roman Reigns in Paris is probably the best thing that came out of that pay-per-view.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
I mean, honestly, you know, but yeah. Well, all right, fellas, I think we kicked that dog enough.
yeah.
Um, future wrestling predictions, fellas.
Okay. Um, I think Obi Femi is going to be called up sooner than later.
Yeah,
Like I would, I know it's never going to happen because Punk doesn't like doing a second, doing something twice. I should say. But I would have loved to see him do a straight edge and him Obi being a straight edge society and Obi being part of that.
Punk doesn't like doing anything second, but we did have another John Cena CM Punk rivalry with a
Yeah,
lot of the same things being repeated with a little bit more marination.
yeah,
So it's very possible.
you got 3 months though, and you
Yeah,
know the only person that got a second match with him was Cody.
yeah.
yeah.
So I don't think Punk's gonna. I mean, he's trying to get the world championship. What's the purpose of having him fight Cena again?
Yep.
You know,
Do you
yeah,
think Roman is going to be his last match?
nope.
No.
No.
I think really, if you think, here's something I think about. I think with all this hinting of Brock beat him up one time. Then you got the hint backstage with no answer to what this phone call was, right, and all that. I think if you think about it, Brock was the biggest, baddest dude that ever beat the hell out of John Cena, and I think that's going to be the last one. Um, if you look at it, out of all the opponents that we've talked about, Brock is the only one that went out there and took him to Suplex City 28 times and just completely ragdolled him. I think John Cena needs some, not revenge, but he needs some retribution to that. And I think maybe that's the last match he has, because I never seen when I watched that match, when I saw that match, I could not believe there was, dude, he couldn't do nothing against Brock. He ragdolled him like 28 times. I never seen nothing like that happen to John Cena before. So I think there needs to be, a little retribution of that. Cena can't go out against Brock Lesnar not having some sort of a good match with him where it wasn't so one sided. You know what I mean? I think he's going to keep that one for last.
I could see that definitely.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't see it being last, unfortunately, to not to agree with my brothers here, but I would say it's going to be second to last, only because supposedly they WWE has gotten somebody from AEW and somebody who used to be in WWE.
Dean
So
Ambrose. Dean Ambrose.
nah, I'm thinking more Jericho.
Dude, if they waste the last match with
I
Cena
know.
on Jericho,
I know.
they you know what they should do? They should just close doors after that, and they should be like, hey, they should be like, you know what, Vince, do you want to come in and buy this half off because we just screwed the pooch totally.
Right.
That would be the
Um,
dumbest move, unless they want to have a geriatric match. Maybe they put John Cena in a wheelchair and let him go after Jericho because that's the only. I mean, Jericho is, to me, he's washed up, dude. In AEW, where whatever, look at how downward spiraled he's went in AEW. The guy doesn't have it no more. He doesn't have the it factor. He can't do what he used to do. He's out of shape. I mean,
Yeah, at the same time, he's also in his mid-50s too. So that's
and I get it, but what I'm saying is why? At what point do you say, is this like a retirement? Is this like a retirement tour for everybody?
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
dude, you know,
I
it would
mean,
be
what
terrible for that to
would
be the
make
last
sense?
match.
What would make sense, but it's not going to happen, is if they would have brought Edge back, because
Yeah.
that rivalry was there. But I hope that Brock Lesnar's the last match for Cena, and it's not that they don't bring Jericho back at all. I really don't think it's Jericho, just because Jericho has put so much effort into AEW. Maybe it is Ambrose, maybe it is Moxley, but as far as everyone else goes, I say that they start a rivalry with Jimmy and Sammy for this title, because they haven't given Jimmy nothing, and they need to start giving that man something too,
Right,
and
right,
not just put him back in the tag teams with Jay. They need to
right,
keep Jay into the hunt of the heavyweight title,
right.
because at the end of it all, I would love to see Roman versus Jay again, and Jay actually hold his own against Roman.
Right. What I would like to see is, once the draft happens, I think Jade Cargill is going to Monday Night Raw. We already saw the seed that was planted there. I want to see her take Becky Lynch out. I think the good thing would be is because everybody has their doubts about Jade. I still do too, right? Give her that Intercontinental belt and see what she can do with that. Can she hold her own? Can she get a good track record of having good matches? Because that's going to be the proof right there. If she can't put on a good title run as the Intercontinental or the U.S. champion or whatever, then she's completely out of the heavyweight picture. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Give her that title. Let her see what she can do with it. See if she can get some good matches, because maybe Becky Lynch does go with the vision, and maybe she just becomes like a valet by her man. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
I'm sick of watching her wrestle. I think it's terrible.
Yep.
I'm done with it.
Do we see Oba losing the next championship and being called up to the draft? Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
absolutely.
I can also see that being his last match and him handing the title, the torch to Obi. I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know though. I mean, see, the problem is now you're really gambling on somebody. Okay.
Yeah.
The bottom line is if you want to sell out the pay-per-view, or that Saturday night main event is going to be the last match for John Cena, right?
Yeah.
If you really want to sell it, there's going to be a lot of people who are looking and be like, really? He's wrestling Oba? Really? They have to do something that's on a different level for his last match. It has to be spectacular.
I was going to say, you think it's going to be Randy?
Nope.
No.
He already had his chance. He already had one. You know, I think Randy's going to do some cool things in the next couple months. I really
hope
do.
so.
I think they're setting him up to. He needs to get another title reign. He does before he gets injured or before he gets too old, right? But I don't know. I just don't. My money would be on Brock. I think for once, because usually once you see Brock and he starts, it's a continuous thing, right? Until they get the match. With them kind of giving a piece here, a piece here, a piece there, and they keep saying it, they're all about this long storytelling, right? I think they're going to build it to where that's the last match.
Speaking of
And
last matches, and we haven't seen him, do you think Rey Mysterio's done?
I don't know. Like I know he's been hurt, but I don't think he's done. So I think
I don't know.
I think he probably has one more year left in him.
But you look at that too, right? Like I hate to say it this way, but how many of these guys that are, dude, all you're doing is soaking up money that they could invest in other wrestlers, new wrestlers, right?
Yeah.
What haven't we seen Rey Mysterio do?
He's held every title, except the
Right.
tag team title. Yeah, there's not much,
So,
and he's gonna be
so
a Hall of Famer if he's not one
he's
already.
already a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
So like at some point you have to look and go, what's the point of doing anything with this guy?
Exactly.
You know, like I mean it'd be like next thing you know, maybe Ric Flair comes back, right? I mean, at some point you have to say, look, like, thank you, you're awesome. Work behind the scenes, do something behind the scenes, help talent or something like that. But I'm tired of seeing him, man.
Exactly.
You know, like it's not fresh, it's not exciting. It's like, oh, here we go. Oh, guess what's going to happen? Oh, here comes the 369. Here comes. I mean, it's the same every time, dude. It's almost like these guys that get older. They used to all fault Hulk Hogan, right? Because we're like, oh, look at him, boom, 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 leg drop, done, right? Well, these other guys are like, oh, look at this. It's the same thing. Boom, 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 619, boom, and it's over with, right? It's the same thing, watching it over and over again. It's never going to change. So I think we've seen that replay, that rerun, how many times? It's time to put that away, you know?
I just want to hear your thoughts on it because I had seen a picture of him without, the mask. The daughter had snapped a picture. I'm like, okay, he looks healthy. Where has
Right.
he been? Where's that they push so much for the LWO, and they really need to see something. What's next for Dominic? I'm tired of the Judgment Day. I'm ready
Yeah.
for I'm ready for I'm ready for the Bullet Club to come back.
That would never happen. They tried to do it once and it failed miserably.
Yeah. Yeah.
Miserably.
You know, maybe Rey Mysterio because WWE bought up that Lucha
Yeah,
division. Maybe he's working behind the scenes with that. Maybe he's
yeah,
Could be. Could be.
yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
yeah, absolutely. I can definitely see that working because I know I can't remember which one he was actually in, but that's where he
'Cause I
started.
think he was.
Yeah.
I think when he had his little thing where he wasn't wrestling in W, I think he was down there wrestling for that company.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah. So I mean that would just make sense, right?
Exactly.
Now what are they gonna here's my question too. What are they doing with is it R-Truth or is it Ron Killing still? And what are they doing with him? What are they doing with him?
It's our truth. As soon
Okay.
as Cena turned back being a face,
Okay.
he went right back to our
Right.
truth.
But now you're
I was
but
going
now
to say
you're like, what are you doing with this guy? What are we doing with him? You
he's
know?
been off TV the last 2 weeks, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So,
Yep. Well, he was on TV. He was on the screen saying, I couldn't make it, but here's Priest."
Yeah.
So Priest went down and wrestled him. You know.
That's
But
that's another great prediction right there. I'm ready for this Aleister Black and Damian Priest match.
Oh, 100%.
yeah,
100%.
I'm
yeah,
ready for it.
100%.
right. Yep.
I would even go with three, a trip, three match rivalry. I
Yeah.
think it needs to end in something I don't know, dark, twisted, even a Hell in a Cell.
Yeah. Something like that.
So
Yep. You never know. There's always WrestlePalooza, Jay.
there could be some people coming back at WrestlePalooza. You never know. There could be some new people, some old people.
Well, you know, maybe the guy that originally wore Jordans into the ring, maybe my boy Enzo will show up. Just
All right.
saying.
All right.
One. All right. We're going to see you killed Jay. Look what you did, Dino. Look what you did. You killed him. Wow. How easily you're replaced, Jay. Wow. Wow.
Well, Well, I figured since he got one in tonight, I had to get one in tonight. You know,
The man behind the curtain is controlling the buttons. Wow, look at that.
Well, okay, so not to jump from the predictions, I think we got it in. We went from a horrible D-rated pay-per-view, but let me talk about some A-rated beard products. We got some elegant Sasquatch grooming. It is Sasquatch Sundays with myself and Dino. I'm sure Squash is rocking his own products.
Yeah.
But every Sunday, love putting this stuff in my beard. Makes my beard pop. And I will be getting some more with butter because the temperature is going to be right at the Buckeye September 6th.
You know, if anybody out there is a tobacco person, I'm not a huge tobacco person. I'm really not. But every time I wear this one, Cigar Lounge, I fall more and more in love with it.
Yep.
It is just growing on me and growing on me. I really dig this. If you like tobacco, if you're a tobacco scent person, you need to have this in your arsenal. You will definitely you will not be disappointed in this like the pay-per-view that we had. You will definitely be satisfied with this.
The Bearded Chief just put out a video today about that, and with you guys being content creators and reviewers, you guys don't go through a lot of products. He finished a bottle of his,
right?
Which like I can't remember the last time I finished a bottle of my own stuff. I was like, wow, like this one right here. I've been working on this one for about a week,
right?
And it's like 3/4 of the way gone.
I would,
while we do this little segue of talking about elegant.
Yep.
So let me ask you guys a question.
Yes.
If there's any wrestler you could give elegant Sasquatch beard oil to, who would it be, and what scent profile would it be?
Ooh.
Well, technically he was a wrestler because technically he got into a match at WrestleMania. Jason Kelsey.
And what one would you give him?
That one, to be honest with you, I would he looks like a relatively fun guy. I would probably, to be honest with you, I'd probably go with the Adonis.
Yeah, Adonis is good.
Like a sporty saffron scent, grapefruit scent. It smells really good. That'd probably be the one I'd go with. Because I don't make one that smells like a meatball sandwich. So yeah.
Right. What about you, Jay?
Man, I actually was thinking this earlier myself when I was putting on all of my elegant stuff, but I would have to say Roman Reigns, and I would definitely, want him to try the original Tribal Chief, but I would have to give him my favorite, which is either New Money or Dark Seduction. I was noticing, when he was laid down, getting squashed, and they got the view of his face, Roman Reigns' beard is not that popping. Needs some product. So, Roman Reigns, if you need some product, Elegant Sasquatch has got one named after you, the original Tribal Chief. It's a cloney, aquatic island scent, and right up your alley, buddy.
Yep.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that because I would probably give Seth Rollins some OTC and say, you might as well have the goat in your beard because you're always going to get beat by the goat. So you might as well just have it in your beard, the OTC.
That's a great segment we need to do in the future, the beards of wrestling. Who has the good beards and who doesn't?
You know what? Surprisingly, I have given my my products to some wrestlers. Braun Strowman has gotten my products. Sami Zayn has gotten my products. And you know what? When he got my products, he won a title. I gave it to him at WrestleMania weekend, and he won WrestleMania weekend. I'm just saying.
Right.
Who else? Zack Ryder. He has my products. Elias. He has my products. So there's a couple of folks out there that's been rocking with the Squatch.
Right.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
A couple of them. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And
it's kind of cool because so many wrestlers now are rocking beards.
Oh,
a lot before You didn't get a lot. You know what? You know who would have been the coolest guy to give beard oil to though?
Who's that?
Macho Man Randy Savage back in the day.
Oh,
Yeah.
That would have been cool. And you know what? I probably still would have given him, because if you look at him, he was like a high entertaining like jazz guy, right? But he was about the women, right? And I'll tell you what, dude, either Adonis, gray sweatpants,
Yeah.
maybe OTC, and maybe Woo.
You know what? I personally would have gave him Squash 316 because he's very intense.
Yeah.
Leather scent.
Right. But he would have been a cool guy to like be like, hey, dude, try out some some product, right?
Exactly. Unfortunately, I don't think I can make one that smells like a skeleton, but a cool skeleton in the world though.
Well, you could just make one smell like a Slim Jim.
I tried. I had if you guys ever watched the show It's Always Sunny, had a request to make milk steak, and I made a sample.
Right.
I haven't bottled it yet. I don't want to. I opened it one time, and I don't want to open it again.
Speaking of wrestlers and beard oils and scent profiles, I believe down the line there are going to be some scents coming out from Elliot Sasquatch, and you have to you got to jog my memory, right? Because I get pulled in a million different directions. But is there going to be three of them that you're going to release, or
because I'm going to do it's either 3 or 4. We haven't decided yet.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to get one. Jay, you're going to get one. I don't know if I'm going to put out one because I just don't know. And then I might make one for the show itself.
Yeah.
So I don't know exactly when. Like it was supposed to be out sometime this month.
We got time.
Yeah.
I think we were talking. Weren't we talking? Or no, you got. So I think no, because WrestleMania, you got the second wave of your wrestling series that's going to come out.
Yeah, but I could put it out then. Like I could do 8, maybe 7.
Or you know what? Maybe if you got time, what's the pay-per-view in January? Is that Royal Rumble?
I think so. Yeah.
Maybe time it around a different pay-per-view. You know what I mean?
Have it come out every 30, every minute and a half. New one dropped.
Boom.
That's right. Just take my money. Like, can I just? I already know I got to spend 120. So just send it all, dude.
Take it all.
Yeah, like it's. I got some stuff working on with other people right now, but it's coming. They're coming. That's all I can say is they are definitely coming. So.
Heck yeah.
Looking forward to it. No pressure.
No. There's no pressure in this. No, I don't get nervous on product releases. No.
This is going to be easy today. I think I only mentioned once or twice.
Once. Don't do it again. Don't do it again. No. Don't do it again. All right. So.
I got to come up with the Wyatt 6 meter for Jay.
And the one with his doesn't count if they're actually in the show that we're talking about.
Yeah,
that doesn't count.
Yeah.
So only when he fanboy drools over it, right?
Just like what you do with them.
Okay, yeah. So only when he fanboys about him. Okay.
Because if that's the case, we talked about the Wyatt.
But here's the question though. Does it only count as one time when he goes on a 10-minute rant about the Wyatt 6, or is it per every like 20 seconds?
That's a Royal Rumble.
New segment. Pick on Jay.
I mean, at least when I mention who I mention, it's like a quick in and out, and you guys just go, "Oh my gosh," So
what?
There's got to be parameters, Jay. There's got to be parameters.
We give him a minute and a half of rant time, then we cut him off. That's it. We can't do it anymore. A minute and a half.
So Jay, so you just so you're used to it, over a minute and a half, boom. There we go.
You get sent to the
timeout
room in the sky. Yeah.
You can recycle me, but you can't replace me.
We would never want to replace you anyway, Jay.
Sometimes when you go on your awful big rants, the thought has crossed my
I'm
mind.
trying to cut it down, okay? I'm trying to cut it down.
All right. So,
Any final thoughts, guys? Come on, let me go to the next screen.
I don't know what we got to look forward to in wrestling, but it's like this. The slate and the stories are kind of wiped clean, and what's the build-up going to be for the next week? So I'm curious and anxious to see what pops up with Raw tomorrow.
yeah.
Hopefully they don't give us another filler no thriller opponent for John Cena's next match.
Right.
Yeah.
And
I was going to say they did started announcing the first like 6 shows of next year, and they're all over in Europe. That was kind of crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Two things. So I watched a pretty cool documentary. It was on I streamed it, maybe Netflix, but it was about Braun Strowman in Waukegan, where it was about the child that had always he was his number one, and Braun did a bunch. It was actually pretty cool. I think it was like a 45-minute to an hour documentary. It was actually pretty cool to watch. The other thing I watched, even if you're not a fan of him, but it is kind of cool because he does go into some detail about some things. Enzo was on a podcast, and it's 2 hours long, and he was actually talking about, because you know how he got just like that, and he talks about the whole thing, and it was pretty enlightening because he's like, this and that, and it's kind of crazy because you figure a guy like that, how it happened to him, that he would be bitter, and he's really not bitter about it. But it was kind of cool watching it. So even if you're not a big fan of his, it was pretty cool to actually listen to him and what he had to say, and a lot of things that he had been around. Like, I never knew he was hanging around with Post Malone and all these other guys. So it was actually pretty cool to listen to it. But if you're bored, check it out. And I'll send you guys links if you want. It was actually kind of fun.
Yeah, definitely
watching it. Yeah. But man, I'll tell you what, we're not going to be around next Sunday because we're all going to be recuperating and heading back from the Buckeye Beard Battle.
So next week, if you're anywhere close to Zanesville, Ohio, please stop by at the barn. It's what 10 a.m. to I think 11 p.m. or whenever
the cops come.
Basically when the cops come.
I think registration opens at 12.
12. Okay.
Yeah, it opens at 12. Or no, I know I have to be there by 12. I think.
Yeah, I got to be there by 10 because I'm a vendor.
Okay, yeah. So I think it starts at 12, and it probably goes till 2 in the morning.
Yep.
So the bands, pinup girls, Whiskerina,
exactly,
beard comp, all sorts of stuff.
It goes to a good cause. It's what combat for kayaks or kayaks for combat.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Jay and I are going to get our backs waxed.
Yeah. But see, I would volunteer my services, but I got like 2 hairs on my back, so I'm good. So you couldn't even tell if you waxed my back, so it's fine.
Right.
But yeah, like I said, it's good. It's good. It's going to a good cause. It's a fundraiser. Like I said, I'll have I have 6 different scents in, a bunch of new products. I'll have the 2 new beard washes that will only be available at the Buckeye Beard Battle.
Which 2 are these?
I got a tobacco and bay leaf, which smells fantastic, and I got a sandalwood and bergamot one that smells really good too.
Can you bring me an El Presidente wash?
It's not done yet, but I can get you one. Like I'm still tinkering with the formula. You know what I mean?
All right.
It's too cherry, not enough tobacco.
No. That's fine for me. That's fine for me.
I might be able to do a dark seduction wash for you, maybe.
I am all about cherry.
I'm almost out of the new money wash that I got.
I only have 1 bottle left of that I haven't done up yet. So y'all are gonna have to scrap for it. Rock, paper, scissors. Whoever can hold the headlock longest. I don't know. Do something. But yeah.
But for anybody coming to the Buckeye, please support these guys like Elegant Sasquatch. There's going to be a couple other small batch companies, but please support them.
Yep.
And the best thing is you don't have to pay for shipping. Buy at the show.
It's a little bit cheaper if you buy it from me and post it buying it online, you know. And like I said, and it's not even selling stuff. It's going to a good cause.
Right.
So come out, support, say hello. If you want to come take a picture with this any of us, or with this massive of a man, please be my guest. Say hello.
Right. Just don't bring your women around 30 Spray J unless you want to leave single, because 30 Spray J has got all that action going on, right? He's got the dapperness,
From here.
Heck yeah. He can't help that he's looking good and smelling good,
Hey,
right?
Jay, if you live with my wife, I wouldn't be mad. Just saying.
Wow. Wow.
I don't even know what to say to that.
Hey, I mean, it will be a very quiet 10-hour car ride. Just saying.
Well, guys, anybody have anything else to say? Hey, wait a minute. Here we go.
That would be for you.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah, I will. I will. Sounds good. Any final thoughts, Jay?
No, always a great show with my brothers. I look forward to Mondays for Monday Mayhem, Thursdays for Trace Amigos. But if I'm not on the screen for that long on anything else, I just love
Right.
talking with all this stuff with you guys. I don't really get to talk wrestling with a lot of my friends. Me and my best friend. He's a big wrestling fan, but we don't talk that much. But so this lets me get all my weekly aggression out, because I'm still a child when it comes to these shows.
Right. Well, I got to say, I love this show. I love doing it with you two guys. I have a ton of fun on here. And for everybody that tuned in, thank you for showing some support. Anybody watching the replay, we thank you too. If you were watching on Instagram or Facebook, remember, click over to the YouTube channel and like and subscribe. And that way we can see your comments. But anyway, thank you, everybody. And we will not be on next Sunday because, yeah, we're going to all be pretty rough after the Buckeye Beard Battle. We'll be on the week after that. And I think the week after that, we're going to do a top 5 list of hardcore wrestlers.
Yep.
Is what it is. Yep. So look out for that. And we will all see you then. And nothing but love and respect. Everybody take care.
Hey.